So let me explain once. So this is the internal table we have created yesterday. So internal table is nothing but it is a temporary memory location where it stores multiple records on the application layer. So if we want to do any data manipulations, we always use internal table. And the data manipulations are nothing but reading a record or deleting or inserting, modifying. So whenever we want to do this data manipulation, we we cannot apply directly on the internal table. So we have to do with the help of work area. So work area is also a temporary memory location which is used to store a single record at a time. Internal table means which stores multiple records at a time. And when it comes to work area, it can store only one record at a time. So we have various internal table operations. Like as I told you, we can do various data manipulations with the help of these internal table operations. So we have various internal table operations. So let's see one by one. So first, let me explain about append. So append statement or append internal table operation, which is used to add a record at the end of internal table. So suppose you have a requirement where you want to add a record at the end of the internal table. So there is a requirement user want to see a particular record at the end of the internal table. So at that time we can use this statement, append statement. So which is used to add a record at the end of the internal table. And if you remember, we have used in structures include structure, append structure. So at the time also, whenever we have added append structure into a table, it was added at the end of the table. Do you remember that? In S11 transaction code, we have added append structure.
Yes.
Someone said no, you forgot. Yeah. So syntax is append work area to internal table. So directly we cannot apply on the internal table. We have to use work area. So let's go to the system here. So after displaying, before that, if I execute, how many records are there? End of the internal table means it has to drag. Okay, so there are so many records are there. So what I'll do, I'll display up to 10 records or 15 records. So if I want to display up to 10 records in the select query, after internal table name, we can write like just I want to show you at the end of the at the end of the internal table how it is getting added. So that is the reason I am taking very less number of records to display in the output screen. So let me take 10 rows. So if I take 10 rows, it will take first 10 rows. So now it is displaying only 10 rows. So in this, what is the last record? 21 is there. So these are the 10 records. And here last record is 21. Now I'm going to use first internal table operation append. So to see the difference between the previous output and after adding the append record, just I'll give a write statement to see the record parallel, to see the difference parallelly. Here I will write after append statement, and I'll do like I'll skip two lines because it will be merged two internal tables data. So to avoid that, just I'm uh, skipping the two lines. Suppose if you want to skip or if you want to write in a new line, and if you want to skip after two lines or three lines, just we can use a statement called skip. How many lines you want to skip, you can give a number. And here, let me add what is a work area. Work area. So here we have to add through the work area. So work area KNA1 first Kunar. So Kunar, I am adding manually. Like before adding this one, first let me check what is the data type. And how much length is there? So Kunar, okay. It's a 10 character length. Okay. Then land one, 3 character length. What is your one? 35. Okay. Postal character 10. Fine. Region 3. Okay. So here I'll add one by one field data. The Kunar value I'm giving like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what else? If there is no record existed with this number, then it will be added. Let me check it whether 10th record is there or not. Otherwise, it will be create duplicate. Okay, there is no record exist with 10, but 110 is there, right? I'll take 12. So 12th record is not existed, so I'll add 12. 1, 4. So here I'm taking 10 character length because whenever they have created this Kunar field, they have given the default length as 10. So that is the reason I'm giving 10. It is a numeric one. Even though if you don't specify leading zeros, by default it will take leading zeros before this digit. But whenever it is a numeric character length, make sure you have to give the exact length of the field. Suppose if it is 12, 12 before 8 zeros you need to put in that way. And work area Kenya 1. Next field is land 1. Suppose land 1 is nothing but country. And here we take India. I'll do control D instead of typing every time. We can duplicate. So what is the next field? Name 1. Name 1. Suppose here I'll take ABC and what T01? T01. What T01 is a city. So Hyderabad postal code. Next. So postal code, let me give 505328. And I need one more field for region. This one I'll give like 01. And see here I have given Punar value to the work area because every time work area will go first. If we want to insert any record to the internal table, first we need to assign to the work area. Then work area will go to the internal table and it will update in the internal table. So right now, every field value I have assigned to work area only. But here we are displaying internal table, right? So after assigning to the work area, we need to update to the internal table this record value. So to update to the internal table, we have to use append where we have to append the data from work area to internal table. So we have syntax append work area to internal table. So what is the name of the internal table? IT Kenya 1. And after adding this record, we have to see the output. So again, I'll write this one headings and also loop statement. Suppose if I don't write this one, it won't display this one. Like it won't display these headings and all. So I just want to show you before append statement how it is displaying, after append statement how the internal table is displaying. So that is the reason 2 times I'm repeating here. So save, check, activate, and execute. So this one, normal internal table where we don't perform any internal table operations. Then after append statement, see before here 21 is there. End of the first internal table value record is 21. And if you see at the last 12 India and this details, I have given this one. So whenever I have used append, uh, it wasn't add between of any of these records. Directly it was added at the end of the internal table. because that is a functionality of append. So append statement is used to add a record at the end of the internal table. If you see the first internal table, last record is 21. If you see the second internal table, after using append statement, it was added at the end of the internal table. What do we have next? Suppose if I want to sort the internal table, like whenever there will be a requirement, like user want to see based ascending order based on customer number or sales order number or purchasing order number. So before displaying the data, it should be sorted either in the ascending order or descending order. Like suppose if I execute this one, if you see the data, it was not in the ascending form. 21 is at the end. And if you see the customer numbers are not in the ascending order. But there is a requirement before displaying this data. Like whenever user see the output, by default, it should come in the sorted form. Like in the ascending order, user want to see. So at that time, we can use this internal table operation sort. It is used to sort the internal table in ascending or descending order. The syntax is sort internal table by field because we have so many fields. So based on which field you want to sort it, you need to specify. See, we have taken 6 fields of data in the structure. But how the system will be recognized based on which field I need to sort it, either in ascending or descending order. So that is the reason we have to specify the field based on which field we need to sort it. So let's go here. Mm. So before displaying the second internal table, I will sort it. Or else let me use one more write statement. Everything I write new one. After sort and here. So before displaying this one, loop is nothing but it is used to display the internal table. So before displaying this one, I need to sort it. So here I'll write sort. Statement is sort internal table. The name of the internal table is ITKNA1 by. So here we have 6 fields. So based on which field it should be sorted, we need to specify. So customer number is a key field. Mostly we used to give the key fields. So customer number is a key field. So based on the customer number, user want to see in the ascending order. So here I need to specify the customer number field. So the field name is Punar. Sort internal table. So we need to sort the internal table based on the customer number. So in which form, either ascending or descending. Suppose if I don't specify anything, let's see how it displays. Again, I'll take this one. Let's see. So this is the normal internal table, first internal table, where I haven't used any internal table operation. If you see the output, customer number, it was not sorted, and here also not sorted. If I scroll down after sort statement, see, it was sorted in the ascending order. First 12 is there, next 21 is there. So how it is sorted? Based on the customer number. See, it was not sorted region. If you look at the region 01TG, some other data is there. But if you look at the customer number, this is sorted in the form of ascending order. Because here I have given the statement, it should be sort the internal table by Kunar field. Kunar field is nothing but customer number. So based on the customer number, it will be sort in the ascending order. So if I don't specify here ascending, by default, it will be sort in the ascending order only. We do have a requirement where we want to sort the internal table in ascending order. At that time, you don't need to explicitly specify ascending. If you don't specify ascending also, it will be sort in the ascending order. Or if you specify explicitly ascending, it will do the same work. I'll do activate. And if I go down, see, there is no change in the output. It is in the sorted form only, ascending order only, right? So if you don't specify anything, by default, it will take it as ascending. Suppose if I want to sort in the descending order, then I need to explicitly specify the descending. Once I'll do activation, and if I execute, it is sorted in the descending form. So till here, do you have any doubts? Yeah. So if no more questions, then I'll move to the next internal table operation, that is delete. So the name itself we can understand. It is used to delete the records from the internal table. Suppose whenever we want to delete any record from the internal table, then we can make use of this operation. So here syntax is delete internal table where field value. Suppose there is a field value where the value is existed. If you want to delete it, then we can use this syntax. Suppose if I go to the system, let me do one more time activation. I'll take from the last internal table. Suppose here Kunar value, where Kunar value is this one, 30. So user doesn't want to see this one, which is belongs to this RBS name. So user don't want to see this record. So I want to delete this record. At that time, I need to specify the value because this we know that which record we want to delete it, but how the system will be recognized based on the value only. So there is a value where user want to delete the record from the internal table. Then we need to specify explicitly this value. The system will be recognize this value, and based on the delete statement, it will be delete from this internal table. As of now, if you see 30 is there ending with 30, it was started with 5. Now I want to delete this one. So let me copy this value. I believe it should take from zeros. Okay, let me try. So for that, before displaying the data, I want to delete it. I'll take one more write statement, and to see the difference between previous internal table and this internal table, I'm writing after delete statement. And here delete internal table where Kunar. So which value we want to delete, we need to specify here. So where Kunar value, oh, I need to take it again. Let me comment it. So you can click on Control Y to select everything, then Control C, come back and let me uncomment. I think it will be work out or not because here it is a 10 character length, but I haven't given 10 character length. Let's see whether it is going to be delete or not. So I have written that This internal table should be delete where customer number is this one. So wherever this customer number is there in this internal table, that should be deleted. And after that, I want to display the data. So I will take the headings and loop statement from the previous code. It is not deleted. I think I need to give the leading zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's see. Now it is deleted. So 30, there is no record is existed with the customer number. It was started with 5, ended with 30. So that record I have deleted based on the field value. Based on the field value, I have deleted. But sometimes we might not be know the value. In some scenarios, we can there will be a requirement where the index number, based on the index number, if you want to delete it, we cannot use this statement. We have one more syntax. Suppose if we want to delete based on the field value, then we can use the first delete statement, this one. This syntax we can use. Delete internal table where field field value. So whenever this field value is existed like this, that is going to be deleted. Suppose if we want to delete based on the index number, then we have one more syntax. Delete internal table, I pick anyone, index. Suppose I want to delete fifth index. So index is nothing but whenever output is displaying, by default, system will be take first record as a first index number, second record as a second index number, third record as a third index number. Like sequence wise, internally system will be stored each record value. So whenever we want to delete based on the field value, we use the first one. Or whenever we want to delete based on the index number, we can use the second one. Let's see. So in sorting, we'll see. So in the sorting statement, see what is the fifth record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 9,000 is the fifth record. And if you see in the delete statement, it was not existed. It is deleted. Here 402 after this 9,000 record is there, but here it is not there because I have deleted based on the index number. Whenever the index 5, which record is existed on the index 5, that should be deleted. In such a way, I have written the logic. So two ways we can delete it, either based on the index number or based on the field value. But mostly we don't use based on the index number because which record might be getting internal table, we don't know. So if there is a particular field value, then we are going to delete it. So in this way, we can use delete statement. And give me 1 second. Then we'll see the next one. So next we have modify. So whenever we want to modify any record in the internal table, we can use modify statement. Suppose by mistakenly a record is entered with wrong information. So if you want to modify it, then we can use this modify statement. So with the help of modify statement, we can able to modify the records in the internal table. The syntax is modify internal table from work area. So let's see this transporting fields later. First, let's see this first half of the syntax. So let me go to the system, and once I'll display the data. Okay. So here, this record with ends with all zeros, 401, all zeros are there. So here country by mistakenly they have entered US. So I need to change this record as India. Instead of US, I need to replace the country name as India. So that we can able to do with the help of modify statement. I'm going to modify this record. So let's go back, and same, I'll use one more write statement to see the difference before and after. After modify statement. Here modify. So we need to modify internal table syntax itkna1 from work area kna1. Suppose if I use this syntax, or let me copy this one. And before that, before modifying this one, I need to give the value that is India. So work area kna1 hyphen. I'm going to change country. So country field is nothing but land one. Land one should be India. And after that, whenever US is there, that is going to be modified as India with the help of this modify statement, right? So let's see. Ignore the warning. Oh, and let's see the reason. This string language commands. So this type of errors, till now we have seen error where in SC38 at the status bar we have seen error messages. So this is also error message. If you see at the title, runtime error is there. So whenever the transaction is going to be error end, that type of errors we call it as a runtime error. This also we call it as a short dump. So what it will do, it will completely close the current transaction. Meaning we are in SC38. Suppose if I go back, suppose if I want to come out from this error screen, then it will go to the initial screen. So it will stop the current transaction code. Suppose if I was in SC38, that was stopped, and I came to the initial screen. So those type of errors we call it as a runtime error. So let's see that error. Mm, I'll go to AC38 transaction code again, same program, and here I think something was missed. Work area KN1 land 1 is equal to India. Modify internal table work area. Mm, I'll keep it in a loop. Loop at I pick anyone into okay, anyone in the loop. Let me try once. Yeah. So if you say in the previous delete statement, one record was existed with US, but in after modify statement that has changed as India. So earlier there was a runtime error because this modify we should always use in loop statement. So that is the reason it went to dump. So we need to modify uh, any record within the loop statement. So here I have written modify internal table from work area. So wherever uh, it will go inside of this internal table. I have given all the land ones as India. So let me change this one because almost all the records are existed with you India only. Only one record was existed with US. So let me do reverse. Okay. Just I want to show you difference between two syntaxes. So we have modify. We have two syntaxes. One is modify internal table from work area. The other one is modify internal table from work area. Transporting fields are there. So first I am explaining this half of the statement. Modify internal table from work area. We can use two modify statements in our program. Either you can use modify internal table from work area or modify internal table from work area transporting fields. But the situation where you need to use these two statements are suppose if you want to modify all the field values, then you can use this statement. If you want to modify all the field values, whenever you want to modify all the field values, then we can use this statement. But if you want to modify for the specific field, then we have to use this statement. So we have two syntaxes to modify a record in the internal table. If you want to modify all the fields, we have to use modify internal table from work area. If you have seen earlier, all the records, all the country records, all the records for country field, it was written India and US. But later on, all the country fields are modified as US, irrespective of the customer number. But my requirement, whenever this mm, what is this customer number is there, only that record I want to modify. So in that situation, we cannot use this statement. So I have to use specific field. So if you want to modify all the field values, we have to use this statement. Here I will write to modify all the field values. Use use to modify all the field values. But if you want to modify based on the field field value, then we cannot use this one. So we have to write transporting and field. So transporting is nothing but which value you are going to be changed, that you need to write after transporting. Which field value you want to change it, that you need to write after transporting. So the first thing, before you use this one, mm, let me comment this one. The time being, and I'll explain. Let me execute again. So after modify, everything will be written in US. Now, what I'll do, I'll change this record. So I'll change 401, all zeros are there. Right? So this record, I will modify the country as India. So remaining should not be changed. Remaining should be displayed as it is. Only this one, I want to change it as India. So at that time, I have to use transporting field. Transporting field. So which field we are going to be changed? Land one. So we are going to change land one. So we need to specify the field which we are going to be changed. And we have to specify this field which customer number you want to modify, because there are so many customer numbers are there, but so many records are there with all the customer numbers, but at which customer number or at which record you want to modify country as India, we need to specify explicitly. Let me show you. I'll take the customer number. So if you see here, 10 records are there, but I want to modify this record. How the system will be recognized? This record value country field should be changed as India. So we have to specify clearly when the customer number is this, then country should be changed as India. So like that, we have to give the statement, because here so many records are there. If I write directly, how the system will be recognized at this record, whenever the customer number is this, it should be changed as India. So we have to specify clearly. Either we can take based on any key field. Based on any key field, you can specify which one you want to modify. So in this scenario, the key field is customer number, which holds a unique number. So based on the customer number, system can recognize, like based on the customer number, it can be modified the other fields, because it can hold the customer number will be hold a unique number. So I'll copy this customer number and let me use one more loop statement. Loop must be closed by end loop. And here I'll write work area. So every data manipulation we have to do with the help of work area only. So work area KNA1, land 1 is equal to US. I will modify internal table from work area. So this is the syntax which you need to remember. Transporting land 1 where Punar is equal to this. So I need to count how many numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So here, so I have written a statement when land one is US. So when land one is used in the work area, at that time it has to be changed as India. Sorry, here I need to write India. So when land one I have given as India. So where it should be changed, whenever the Kunar number is this, that particular record, land one has to change, because there are so many fields are there. I don't want to modify all the fields data. I want to modify only country field. So country field is nothing but land one. So I will change only land one from the previous country to this country. So this country is nothing but India. Let's see once. So earlier, if you see first, it was all US was there. But after that, I have used this statement where this customer number is there, only the country should be changed as India. Remaining will be same. If you see, remaining names are same here. Best Buy is there, and remaining field values are same. So after transporting, which field you are giving, only that is going to be changed the updated value. So suppose if you want to modify two, three fields at a time, then you need to specify transporting, country, name, city. So depending on the requirement, we can modify. If you want to modify multiple fields, then you need to specify transporting after whatever the field names are there. Here you need to specify which fields you need to modify. That must be right after transporting. So whenever you are writing after transporting the field name, that is going to be updated with the new value. So earlier, all the country has written as US, but I have given a condition land one should be India, but it should not update all the records. It has to update only this record. It has to update only this record. So remaining all fields should be same because I have taken 6 fields data. So only this one field should be changed. Remaining all fields data should be displayed as it is. So in that way I have written. So always remember, if you want to modify all the field values, we have to use this statement. Suppose if you want to modify specific record, then we have to use this one. So this is used to modify. Let me write. It is used to modify specific field value. So this one, all the field values. Instead of field values, let me give all the field record. record. So whenever if you want to modify all the field records, then we have to use this one. Suppose if you want to modify only specific record, then we'll use this modify statement. So in that way, we use two modify statements. So depending on the requirement, we can use it. So whenever you want to modify only specific record, we can go for this one. Or else we can use this one. Suppose entire field value has written mistakenly. So at that time, we can use this one. Wherever the field is existed, that all the field values will be going to modify. Any doubts still here?
No, Sneha.
What do we have next? So then we have delete adjacent duplicate. Suppose there are uh, there are some cases like where duplicate records also exist in the internal table, but user doesn't want to see duplicate records. At that time, if you want to delete duplicate records, we can use this internal table operation, delete adjacent duplicate. So whenever we want to delete duplicate records from the internal table, we have to use delete adjacent duplicate internal table operation. Syntax is delete adjacent duplicates from internal table. So this comparing fields, I'll explain what is mean by comparing fields and all fields. For this, I need, mm, let me quickly write one small program because in this we don't have any duplicate records. So I'll take two and here it's 10 internal table operations and select the type as executable program. Save it. So here I'll display records from sales order item table. Let me open the table first. VBAC. So this is a table which holds sales document item data. And if I go to table in, please. So VBLN, it can be duplicate. But here, if you see, this is a combination. If I take the combination of VBLN and Postnar, it is a unique. Suppose if you see Veblen is 4, Postnar is 10. Veblen is 4, Postnar is 20. So these two are unique records. If I compare two fields together. Suppose if I don't compare with Postnar, if I look at only the first column, I can see this is like a duplicate, right? The 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. So this table I will take as an example. So from this, I will display Veblen, Postnar, Matnar. Yeah, these three fields. So again, I need structure because I need specific fields, only three fields. So three fields, nothing but I need to create a structure. So to create a structure, we have to use a declarative keyword called types. Yesterday we have seen this one in detail. So begin of structure name. Suppose here VBAP, that is a table name. I need Veblen type. So yesterday I have created a structure. Let me take one more session. So today I'll declare in a different way. This is yesterday's program. And if you see, I have declared the structure with the data element. And I told you we have one more way to declare the structure fields. So that I'm going to explain today. Table name hyphen field name. So whenever you are defining the structure inside fields, you can write the field name, type, either data element you can write like this. Yesterday we have written data element, or else we can write field name, type, table name. From which table onwards you are selecting this field VBAP. And what is the field name? VBLN. So you need to put in between hyphen. So this is one more way of declaring the structure. And I need two more things. So see, postnar. So postnar is existent which table? VBAP table. So here postnar type VBAP. Again, what is the name of the field? Postnar only. Like that. And the last one, what is the last one? Matnar. So Matnar is extend VBAP table. So again, I'll go here, Matnar, type VBAP, Matnar. So after three fields, I'm going to close the structure, K5 VBAP. So for this structure, I need to create internal table and work area because after fetching from the database table, it should be stored on the application layer. So data, IP, VBAP, type table of. So system will be recognized based on this statement. It is an internal table. So type table of which type of internal table we are going to create based on the structure. So copy this one. And similar way, I need work area and it is the same type of internal table. And we have internal table and work area. So we need to select the data from the database table. So to select the database from the database, select the data from the database table, we have select query. So to read the data from the database table, first we need to select the fields from database table. Then we will store in the internal table. Same way, select. So here which fields I have used? Webilan and then postnar. Same sequence we need to follow. How the structure is defined, same sequence we need to follow for the select query. So select these three fields. From there onwards, it should be select from VBAP table. So VBAP. And after selecting from VBAP, where it should be stored? It should be stored in the internal table. So internal table we already defined. So here we need to write into table, internal table. IT, not anyone, we wrap into table, internal table. Suppose I'll take up to 30 rows. Only 30 records I will display. It might be having a lot of data, so I'll display up to 30 rows. And then to display in the output screen, I need loop statement. But before that, I want to print the label like headings. First one is a sales document number, next item number, material. So to print the headings, so to print like these headings, I'll use a write statement. Then I'll use loop statement to display in the output screen. So write. First one is a sales document. And after 20 character onwards, I'll print item. Then from 40 character onwards, it should be start material. So this one I have explained in detail yesterday. You can watch the video if you have any doubt. To display the data, we need to use loop statement. Loop type IT VBAP internal table into work area because work area based by using work area we are updating the internal table. Finally, we are displaying in the output screen. Loop must be closed by end loop. In between, we can use write statement, work area VBAP. What is the first field? Veblen. And work area VBAP. Second field is Postnar. And the last one, material, Magnar. So let's see this one. Save, check, activate, and execute. Oh, why it is not displaying under this heading? Do you know the reason? If you see this output, I have given the heading like under the sales document, it should be print only sales document. Under the item, it should print only item. But it was not printed exactly what I expected. Do you know the reason? What is missing here?
In loop statement, we have to declare that character.
Yes, here also we need to specify the number of characters. So here for the item, how many character space I have taken? 20. So this is for the item. This field is belongs to item. So here I need to specify. Similar way, material. Here I need to specify. Let me activate. Let's see. Now you can see exactly under the field label it is displaying the output. Now mm, look at the sales document number. Here few records are displaying duplicates. Like if you see 4455 and here 2 ends with 1, here 66, and if I scroll down 15 15, so duplicate records are there. Suppose if I want to delete this duplicate record, I have to use a statement called delete adjacent duplicates. So we have to use a statement called delete adjacent duplicates. But before we are using this statement, there is a prerequisite. We need to sort the internal table. Before we are deleting, first we need to sort the internal table. So that is the prerequisite. Before we are deleting the duplicate records from the internal table, first we need to sort the internal table. Because if I execute this one, see, it is not in the ascending order. How the system will be recognized, like which, what I can say, how the system will be recognized at this particular point of time, I need to delete the record. So we have to sort the internal table. Before we are deleting duplicates, we need to sort the internal table. We already learned how to sort the internal table. Like before displaying this one, I need to sort it. Sort internal table by field name. So here the key field is VBLN. So based on the VBLN, it should be sort in ascending order. If it is ascending order, if you don't specify ascending also, by default it will be sorted in ascending order only. So let's see. Now it is sorted in ascending order. So once it is sorted, then we can use delete adjacent statement. So to show you the difference, let me take 20 only. And here I'll use one more write statement to see the before and after. After delete adjacent duplicate the records. Here I'll do skip to, otherwise the data will be mixed together to internal tables data. So here I'll do delete adjacent duplicates from internal table. Comparing. So I have seen like before doing this one, let me show you something. So how I'm saying there's a duplicate record in this internal table. I'm checking this number, right? 445566. So I'm seeing which field value, sales document field. I'm checking the sales document. So if I want to delete the duplicate records, based on which field I'm checking, that I need to specify. So based on sales document number, I'm saying there is a duplicate record. So when I want to delete the duplicate records, I need to specify explicitly based on which field we are going to delete. So based on the sales document number, I'm going to delete the duplicate records. So here I need to specify comparing field. So it will compare the field values like 4455. If same number is there, it is going to delete the duplicate record. So whenever we are saying that there is a duplicate record, then we are observing that there is a same number. So how we are saying same number? We are comparing two similar values, right? Similar way here also, how the system is going to delete the duplicate record by comparing the values. But system should identify which value should compare because we have three fields data is there. But how the system will know which field value should compare? So that is the reason here we need to specify which field value it should compare, either it is having duplicates or not. So here I will give Veblen. And after that, again I need to display it. So I'll copy the headings and this one, I'll remove this sorting. Here, let me write delete adjacent duplicate from the internal table. So let's see, save. Oh, it's not IT Kenya, IT VBAP. Check, activate, and let's see. So this one, before we deleted the duplicates, if you see 4455, so duplicates are there in the sales document. I am looking at sales document and I'm saying same records are there like that. Now, after delete adjacent duplicate records, after using the statement, see only single 4, single 5, single 6, 7, 8. There is no repeated sales document number after using the delete adjacent duplicate record. So it has deleted which are similar values in the sales document. Because I have given the condition, it should compare only sales document number. So then it was deleted. Which sales document numbers are repeated in the internal table? Those are deleted. So this is nothing but delete adjacent duplicate comparing fields like field 1, field 2. Like here, two fields are given. We can give multiple fields. Here I have given only one field so that it was checked only the first sales document number, and which are repeated, those are deleted. Now my condition is it should compare two fields, sales document and item. If there is any duplicate, that should be deleted. Meaning it will be compare a combination of these two values. Suppose here 4 is existed. Earlier, I was checked only sales document number, which was repeated double or triple, which was repeated, that was deleted. Now my condition is it should compare two fields data, sales document and item. If any value is repeated, that should be deleted. But if you see, 4 is having here 10, 4 is having 20. This combination is unique, this second combination also unique, right? If you see, 4, 10. Again, 4, 10 is not repeated anywhere here. So I want to delete based on comparing two fields. So this is for one field. Let me duplicate this one and I'll comment this one. Now I'm going to compare one more field, that is post now. So it will compare two fields values. If the two field values are repeated, only those records going to be deleted. Now I will activate. So this is before and this is after. And the same values are there. If you see 4, 4, same is there. If I go up, 4, 4 is there. So why it is not deleted? Because it is taking the combination of two fields data. It is not repeated 410, 420. That is not repeated. So that is the reason after delete adjacent duplicate records also, it was displayed the same record 410, 420. And if I scroll up, 510, 520 is there. And after also, it will be same 510, 520 because 510 only one time it is exited. Again, one more time it was not repeated. So whenever you want to compare multiple fields, you need to specify explicitly the field name. So the system will be compared based on the all field values, like whatever you specified, that field values it will be compared. If any duplicates are there, those will be deleted. Suppose there is a requirement where you need to compare mm, 20 fields are there. You need to compare 20 fields. So 20 field names, you need to write it here. So in that situation, instead of writing all the field names, we have to use a keyword all fields. Whenever you want to compare all the fields, then you need to write all fields. Instead of specifying the field names explicitly, we can write all fields. Here, all fields. So system will compare all the fields data. If any of record is repeated again, then that will be deleted. So it will compare all the fields, meaning, so here how many fields are there? Three fields are there. So it will be check each and every field value. Suppose these are repeated, right? So let me explain this fourth one. 4, 10, this 304. Again, it will check the same combination. 4, 10, 304. If it is existed, that will be deleted. If it is not existed, then it won't be deleted because I have given it should compare all the fields. So if all fields record values are same, then only it is going to be deleted. If any field value is different, that is nothing but a unique value. It won't be deleted. See 4, 20, 305. This is a unique combination, so it won't be deleted. In that way, delete adjacent duplicate will be work. Either you want to delete based on a single field, you can specify. Multiple fields, you can specify. Or if you want to compare all the fields, we can use all fields. So depending on the requirement, we can use any of this statement. Any doubts in this?
No, Sneha.
Is it clear, everyone? Vamshi can stop recording this session.